Good morning. Let's get started. We got a few runners in pre-market. Unfortunately, the borrows are crazy today. For the short selling. So MRM probably going to be a nice short. BIAF, this one's already 27 bucks per 100 shares. Kind of expensive. WAI as well. Kind of already faded back down with that one. Those are the main ones from this morning. Let's check the news. So MRM from yesterday. Plan to complete deployment of World ID proof of human authorization, authentication device orb across 100 of its locations in Japan this month. Okay, so they got some work. Let's see, this is something else. Jumps on deal with Sam Altman to prove humanness. Deploying 100 proof of human authentication devices produced by a company co-founded by OpenAI chief executive Sam Altman. Interesting. BIAF number 2. Let's see. What is the news? What is the pump released? 3 additional case studies detecting lung cancer. All right, BIAF. This one potentially squeezes big time today. It seems like on Friday we've been seeing something go totally bonkers. We had one last Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one. And the fact that all these borrows are getting snatched up so quick makes me think that we might be seeing a squeeze because these short sellers are getting desperate. So this makes me think that it's about time to see a big squeeze. I would guess BIAF is probably the one that has the highest odds of doing it. Really low float. Let's look at this daily chart. Nice looking chart. Pretty beautiful looking action. This is what we like to trade. Stuff like this. All right. The rule is if it makes it to $7, it makes it to $10. So happens like that 80% of the time. It happens 100% of the time like that. Maybe 60% of the time. So this one already tapped 7, pulled back to 5. Could make it to 10. And we don't have resistance until 14. So on top of that with the low float, really low float. So this one could be the one that gets moving BIAF. Let's check their dilution. We got 1.19 million float. So super low float. We have some potential dilution. They could double their float right now with dilution, so that would slam it right back down. But, you know, they always want to pump it before they dump it. I don't know if it's up enough yet for them. You never really know. It certainly is up quite a bit. We got a September offering for 4 million bucks in progress. There's one from May. That one, I don't know. What else do we have? We have warrants from May at 960. A million warrants. But those are kind of old. They've probably already offloaded those. They've had a couple of other pumps back here to sell into, so well above $9. August, we got more from August. 10.56 per share from August. Now, this already pumped in September, so they could have already offloaded those as well. There weren't that many. February, $25 a share. Let's see what happened in February. Yeah, so here we go. This is exactly how it works. You've got an offering back in February. Not an offering, warrants. So they have warrants they can sell at $25.50 per share. And then what happened here, the next pump was in April. And then it pumped up towards 45 bucks. So now those warrants are profitable and they can offload them into this move, and then it comes back down. Textbook. August convertible shares at $6.90 per share. So August, but again, we've already had this pump in September, so pretty much anything that was outstanding has probably been offloaded, I would imagine. Wow, they just have so much. It's crazy. All right. And they're probably positioned to dilute some more. But as always, you got to pump before you dump. So we'll see if this is all it's got. I don't know. It seems like to me this could go higher. Just a guess, though. We'll throw that one on the watch list. MRM we already have. WAI. Potential bounce short coming up. Keep a watch on that one too. Even though shares were kind of expensive for that one to borrow. Yeah, they're not coming down either. DVLT. Multi-day runner. Potential short today again. Interesting little dump there into the close. Looks like that might be a small offering. Let me see. That was from 2025 or 25, I mean. Let's see. Yeah, $150 million Bitcoin investment to build supercomputer. Holding to invest 150 million of Bitcoin in Data Vault AI. Weird. Weird crack at the end of the day there. Let me see if I can find if there was news. Interesting. So at right when this dropped, or actually right before it dropped. So it dropped at 3:47 p.m. and they had news at 3:49. So it dumped right before this news came out, and it says, well, it's like the same news. I don't know. To invest 150 million in Bitcoin, Data Vault AI to accelerate computing infrastructure and expand data exchanges, unlocking a new revenue streams. So it's possible that people thought that was the offering news coming in, but it wasn't, and then it came back up. I don't know. Kind of odd. Kind of an odd dump there. And somebody's getting the news before the news came out. On TOS at least. So we got the news 2 minutes late. Regardless, nice looking multi-day runner. We'll keep a watch on this one, DVLT. All right, CJET. Pretty cheap one. This one did run recently on the 19th. It's been holding up pretty well. It's very cheap though. Very cheap. I'll keep an eye on it, but probably won't touch it. In UAI, this one's a nice looking multi-day runner again. It did gap overnight a little bit. Decent gap on it. Did gap about 45%. It's a pre-market high. Still hanging out. Still hanging out. Potential short. Maybe continuation on it. Could keep going higher. But it has a nice gap. Really nice gap. Really love this pattern on the daily. This is what it's all about. Nice breakout. Nice extension now. Could get even more extended. They've got some news with Texas, I believe, installing some sort of infrastructure. Advances development of flagship AI data center. completion of phase 1 engineering. Successful completion of phase 1 engineering for Texas Critical Data Centers LLC, its flagship data center and power development project in the West Texas and southeastern New Mexico. But what news happened back here? We had 9/11 was something. Now just got moving back there. Okay, so on the 17th, they're saying signs a deal for 1,600-mile capacity fiber network across Texas. Okay, so they got another deal. It's a memorandum of understanding, an MOU. So that's probably something that could fall through, I imagine. So this is a non-binding agreement. Not legally enforceable. Parties may withdraw. So it's kind of like an agreement, but nothing is on paper yet. They can back out of the deal at any time. So they're pumping this up on an MOU, which is a little bit odd. I mean, a little bit interesting. It's good news, but it's kind of like saying we might have a deal. We might have something. So it's kind of buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. Potentially we're going to have a deal. So stock runs. But then they could come back and say, well, actually, that fell through. Nothing was binding anyways. But at least our stock pumped. It's got AI in the name, so that's how you know it's a pump and dump. Let's see, we got a 17 million float stock, 45 million market cap. So it's a tiny, tiny company. What is interesting with this one is since it's a fresh chart, this only goes back to August 13th. So it's a brand new chart. And we don't have any bag holders yet in the stock, but that is the goal. Probably you got to get those bag holders. So we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be a really, really nice looking chart. This is exactly what we like to trade. All right. That's all the gappers. Let's quickly look at some of these swing trades. Let me see. I got to get signed in. All right. Looking at a few of these, have some forecast. So PayPal is one of my favorites. So PayPal has been on this massive consolidation phase for quite a while here. All the way from 2023, 2022 bottomed out. And I believe we're going to see something like this. We've got Carvana in the background. Get rid of this. It's just confusing. So pretty much playing out like Carvana. And we want to see it kind of follow this pattern. It can diverge a little bit, but usually it tends to want to stay on track with this sort of movement. So that's kind of what I'm hoping how this plays out. We'll see what it does. But we do have some institutional ownership coming back into the stock. Also a good sign for the longer term swing. It's like a nice uptip on the IO, so that's good. So we'll be trying to build into this and see if it wants to take off. Very similar to Alibaba. So hopefully we can see some action like that. Got Baba. So Baba's been doing the same exact kind of thing. Nice pullback, consolidation at the base. And now Baba is pushing quite a bit. So from the base, that's about 100% move. Just from back here in, towards the beginning of the year, January, it was down there. Pretty impressive move. And I'm kind of thinking PayPal is up next. We'll see what it does. We'll have to see. But this is sort of the goal, something like this kind of move. And it should be taking off into November. October should be looking pretty good. And to the end of the year, it should be pushing decently but that might just be the start of the move. PayPal's an interesting one because their financials look good. PE looks good. It looks cheap. Earnings look good. But the chart's kind of lagging behind and it's not reflecting, I think, what it should be. So Lulu's another one. Now, this is interesting. This seasonal chart over here. Let's see, we're almost at the open. Yeah, the seasonal chart over here. I don't know if I can expand this, but kind of shows that every year, the past 3 years, past 2 years, this was pretty much the bottom, and then it uptrended into the end of the year. So it did that the past 2 years, and this year is kind of on track with 2024, and it's going to probably do something similar. It's also tracking with this. I have Tesla in the background here. When Tesla did this very, very similar kind of move, and it's tracking with that very closely, shockingly close, actually. So potentially we're at the dead bottom right now. I'm watching this trend break slowly taking some Lulu. But when this trend breaks, that'll be kind of the confirmation I want to see. And then we'll be looking good in October, November for this move into December. That is the hope. We'll see if it plays out like that. All right. 30 seconds to the bell. Let's focus up. Don't get crazy on Friday. Finish strong. Really suspect BIF is going to squeeze. Intel's back to 36 bucks a share. Super impressive. The United States has conducted a 7,500-mile thermonuclear weapons test. So they tested 4 unarmed, I guess, warheads. From a submarine in the Atlantic Ocean. The test verified the delivery system's reliability and accuracy. And this is a little weird news. Pete Hegseth has summoned hundreds of generals and admirals for an urgent meeting. A senior Pentagon correspondent said, "I've never seen anything like this in the past 30 years. We might be going to war." And one more here. Russia claims NATO has declared war against them. Interesting stuff. All right, BIAF. Little spike out of the gate here, and it's maybe failing. I'll try the Tesla fake out strat if it sets up. See if we get one. You know, it would be like them to time a war at the top of the market. Be awfully convenient timing. All right, what can we do here? We have just NUAI short. Looking for my big cap play. Don't see one yet. I don't see one yet. Core weave moves quite a bit, more than normal. Maybe UNH. Let me see. What do we got? Yeah, this looks kind of nice. This is the fake out strat, so we want to see the fake out over the pre-market high, close back under the 9, and then maybe capture a move towards pre-market low would be the hope. Well, Tesla's kind of setting up too. I'm gonna try also Tesla. We got Tesla and UNH short. See what we get here. All right. Okay, NUAI is kind of pushing a bit. BIAF trying to squeeze back up. Okay, Tesla's working great for this fake out move. Nice. Always like to scale it out. Nice trade on CoreWeave. Look at that. Beautiful trade. Very nice. Hmm. UNH is also working for me. Covered a third of each. Tesla and UNH shorts. Good enough on UNH. Let's focus on Tesla. The goal is usually to get close to that pre-market low area. So UNH did it. Tesla looking good. Kind of tough to short some stuff. The BIAF is coming down. It's looking totally fine. MRM working great. WAI all working. See, Tesla's on the bigger picture here is breakdown pullback of this trend line. It's retested it. Now, maybe it's going to pull back. Would be my guess. Oh, GameStop ripping back up. What's going on with Jimmy? Check up on Jimmy. What the heck happened? I don't see any news. No news. It's pretty incredible. Wow. This could go into the 30s now. Don't know, but glad it's popping. Yep. All right, is Tesla going to give me the follow through I want? Hopefully. UNH already did. Okay, Tesla coming down nicely. Oh yeah, a little bit more Tesla, a little bit more. Nice. Okay, so we got one more order left to get filled. The fake out strat working today. CoreWeave still going. Crazy. All right, let's see what we get here on Tesla. Sort of filling the gap. I think I'll just call it there. Pretty good move. That's all we want. Nice predictable action. It could come down lower, but got yesterday's close right there. So let me throw that on the indicator. Previous close. There we go. So yeah, you can see that pulls right into previous day's close, and now it bounced. It could roll over again, come lower, but if it is going to reverse, that is a common place for it to happen. And we're just in for the day trade anyways. Okay, so let's look at CoreWeave. That was a really nice trade from one of our Discord members. Yes, that one went to the pre-market low. If it gets close even, I'm pretty happy. So, never know if it's going to keep going or not. Usually it'll get down there and then turn into a sideways day. Just riding that momentum down. After that, who knows? Much less predictable. If anything, the thing to do would be scale it out and then use that 5-minute MACD as a guide. And if it turns back green or starts turning green, it's about to cross back over, that would be the place to just lock it in. Otherwise, maybe give it a chance to go lower on some of the position. I always lock in, and as it works, it could always reverse. All right, pretty nice. I got a couple good big cap trades in. Fake out strat. I have one small short on. Missing out on a couple other ones because we couldn't get shares. That's how it goes. We're working on that. So yeah, I see your core weave had a nice wedge in the morning, right about there. Another nice looking chin break over here. Oh, plus a sig. Interesting. Oh yeah, the sig indicator came in really nicely on that one. Sweet. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there. Just a quick recap. Got MRM fading beautifully. Couldn't get shares. I accidentally clicked off of it. There we go. MRM. Textbook. BIAF. Threatened to squeeze. Couldn't do it. Did not have the steam to get it done. At least yet. It could still happen. DVLT. Multi-day runner. Gapping up. Threatening to squeeze now. Definitely want to keep on watch. WAI. Another textbook fader. Classic NUAI. Gap up short. Maybe it's going to fade. Could still squeeze. It's hanging out, but it's looking a little weak. Those are probably the main ones for right now. And we got a couple fake out shorts on the big caps. So beautiful trade on Tesla and UNH and CoreWeave. So, all right, we're going to call it there. I'm going to keep an eye on this NUAI trade. I'll update the Discord later, see how this plays out. But good luck, everyone. Have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday.